Hello, welcome to Listening English with Sari. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to get more interesting videos. And don't forget to write your opinion in the comments. Once upon a time in a bustling little town named Harmony Grove, there lived a young woman named Mia. Mia was known for her incredible gift of music. Her melodies could lift the spirits of anyone who heard them, and her dream was to write an unforgettable song that would unite people and bring joy to the world. One breezy autumn day, while wandering through the local park, Mia stumbled upon an old, tattered notebook lying beneath a gnarled oak tree. Curious, she picked it up and began to thumb through its pages, only to discover that it was filled with unfinished songs and heartfelt lyrics. Each page told a story of love, loss, hope, and dreams, notes left behind by various townsfolk over the years. Intrigued by the idea of bringing these lost notes back to life, Mia was inspired to reach out to the community. She set up a gathering at the town hall, inviting everyone to share their stories. On the night of the gathering, townspeople arrived with excitement and curiosity, each person carrying their own memories of heartbreak, joy, and everything in between. As the stories unfolded, Mia began to weave them together. A single mother spoke of the lullabies she sang to her children, a retired teacher shared tales of students who had inspired her, a young couple recounted how they fell in love amidst the chaos of life, and an elderly man recited poetry about lost friends and cherished moments. Each person added their essence to what would become an extraordinary symphony of the collective human experience. With her heart swelling with inspiration, Mia spent days working on her masterpiece, blending melodies that resonated with the emotions of the townspeople. Finally, she stood before them once more, this time ready to unveil the song that encapsulated their shared stories and struggles. As Mia began to play, the air filled with a magic that swirled around the audience, connecting each person with the music and one another. Laughter, tears, and memories mingled as they all began to sing together, their voices harmonizing in a chorus that echoed through Harmony Grove. The town that had once felt distant and disconnected was now united by the simple yet profound power of music. From that day forward, the song became a cherished symbol of togetherness in the community. It reminded everyone that, despite their differences, they all carried stories worth telling. Each note was a thread weaving them closer, a reminder that at the end of the day, we all share the same joys, fears, and hopes. As months turned into years, Mia's song traveled beyond Harmony Grove, inspiring other towns and cities to come together through their unique stories. The original notebook, now restored, became a town treasure, passed from one storyteller to the next, and so, the tale of the lost notes lived on, echoing the simple truth that we are never truly alone. Together, our shared experiences create a melody that resonates through time, binding us in an unbreakable harmony. And if you ever find yourself wandering through that same park, you might hear the soft notes of a song playing in the wind, inviting you to add your own unique story to the beautiful symphony of life. As the seasons changed in Harmony Grove, Mia discovered that her song had ignited a fire within the hearts of the townspeople. Inspired by the unity that emerged from their stories, more individuals began to share their experiences, and the spirit of collaboration flourished throughout the community. Mia's gatherings became a weekly tradition, where strangers turned friends, revealing their dreams and vulnerabilities in the light of an ever-glowing bonfire at the town square. The once quiet park now resonated with laughter, music, and the age-old wisdom shared through generations. One particular evening, while sharing her own story of self-doubt and perseverance, Mia noticed a familiar face in the crowd, a young boy named Leo, who had recently moved to Harmony Grove with his family. He sat quietly on the fringes, listening intently but hesitant to speak. Mia approached him after her performance. "What about you, Leo? What's your story?" she gently inquired. Leo looked down at the ground, then met her gaze. "I don't think my story matters," he whispered. "I'm just new here." Mia knelt beside him. "Every story matters, Leo. Sometimes, it takes just a spark of courage to share it. Would you like to tell me about your first day in a new school?" Leo's eyes lit up as he recalled the day he nervously walked into the classroom. Feeling like an outsider. "I was scared no one would talk to me. But then a girl named Sophie sat next to me and asked about my favorite superhero," he recalled, the memory surfacing with clarity. "See?" Mia smiled. That moment connects you to her, to everyone else who has ever felt like they didn't belong. Why don't we turn that into a song? With slight trepidation but a burgeoning excitement, Leo nodded, and thus began their collaboration. Together, they composed a lively song that celebrated bravery in the face of change and the beauty of embracing new beginnings. As weeks passed, Mia and Leo encouraged even more shy voices to join in the spirit of storytelling and music making. Their boldness inspired others, and soon the town was alive with creativity. A painter began to reflect the feelings of the community on canvas. A group of kids formed a theater club to showcase their own tales, and a couple of elder residents started a memoir writing group. Through each new endeavor, the interconnectedness of their stories grew, leading to an annual festival, the Harmony Festival, celebrating community, creativity, and connection. The festival's centerpiece was the Story Tree, a magnificent oak that held tags inscribed with stories from every participant. The idea was to string the stories along its branches, visually representing how each person's tale contributed to a larger narrative. On the day of the first festival, the air buzzed with anticipation. Food vendors lined the paths, musicians played enchanting tunes, and the community gathered around the Story Tree, eager to share in the magic. Mia, along with Leo and the other storytellers, took to the stage for a final performance. As they sang the song they had crafted together, "Brave New Beginnings," the crowd erupted in applause, their hearts swelling with joy and empathy. But the festival held one more surprise. From the background emerged a figure clad in a flowing cloak, a legendary storyteller from a neighboring town, known for her mesmerizing tales and vast knowledge of storytelling traditions. She had journeyed to hear the Harmony Grove song and to share her own fables that intertwined with their stories. Every story passed down adds depth to our identity and connects us through generations, she proclaimed to the animated crowd. You see, it's not only about our voices, but about how each thread of our tales can unite in a grand tapestry of life's shared experiences. Inspired by the legendary storyteller, the festival concluded with an invitation for people to write their stories on parchment and hang them on the branches of the story tree. It was a living monument to the unity they had built, reminding all who frequented the park that their experiences mattered and that there was always space for more voices. As the sun set over Harmony Grove, painting the sky with hues of oranges and purples, Mia found herself in deep contemplation. She realized that music could be a bridge to understanding, but heartfelt stories were the very foundation on which they built their community. And in that moment, surrounded by friends, families, and newfound connections, Mia pledged to keep the spirit of Harmony Grove alive as a testament to the power of stories, both told and untold, for generations to come. As the moon rose high, and the night filled with laughter and song, it became clear that the tale of the lost notes had only just begun. Their collective journey would inspire continuous exploration of humanity, where every heart would have a chance to share, connect, and create a living melody in the grand symphony of life.